Hi, my name is Liliana Sanchez, and for my research project, I plan on focusing on the psychological effects of exploiting children on social media, specifically child influencers or children that their parents post them on social media, not just children who have a social media account. So, for my project, I will analyze how children having their faces and lives on social media and having a lack of privacy and a lack of choice impacts their development. And I'll analyze how exposure to online opinions, monetization, and digital permanence affect children's mental health as they grow up and how it can harm their self perception. And I'll do this through examining psychological research and case studies and social media conversations and online discourse. And the research will highlight the long term consequences of early social media exposure and the ethical considerations surrounding child influencers and their lack of privacy. So I chose the topic because I feel like over the past year or two, there's been a rise in concern over the privacy of children of influencers as well as a rise of the opposite, quote unquote, mommy influencers who earn a salary based off of showing their children, and their children make them a living through social media, whether that be day in the lives or what my child eats in a day. But especially with the rise of AI, and there's many viewers who raise the question of why are we showing our children's faces on social media to a bunch of random strangers. But this is not a new concern. Previously to TikTok and Instagram, there were plenty of popular family vlogging channels. And researching the exploitation of children on social media is significant because it addresses growing concerns about child safety, mental health, and digital ethics. And understanding the lasting effects can inform policy decisions, parental guidelines, and platform regulations to minimize this mental harm. And the consequences of early social media exposure are plentiful and will have lasting implications for children's development. The primary audience for this research includes parents who might be on the edge of should I show my children on my social media public pages or not, as well as parents who do currently show their children on social media and are wondering about the privacy that their children have and may be concerned and thinking about taking them off their social media, as well as child psychologists and policymakers who want to create laws about protecting the privacy of children on social media. And what matters most to this audience is protecting our youth and keeping them safe from these issues. And I think that certain challenges may arise in addressing pushback from those who benefit financially from posting their children on social media, such as influencer parents and content creators. So, my research question is, how does the exploitation of children on social media affect their psychological development? And to answer this, I will analyze psychological studies, case studies, child influencers who've done interviews about the effects of being on the internet at such a young age, and discussions from experts in child development. And I will use Google Scholar and USF Library to find these articles, as well as certain autobiographies, such as one that I'm reading called The House of My Mother, written by Sherry Frank, who was the child of a family vlogger, and she kind of explains the effects that has had on her mental health and her choices moving forward. And I think that the largest issue I'm going to have is finding research which presents lasting effects of child exploitation, because the fact that social media has really risen only over the past decade, and especially this kind of influencing pretty recently. So I am very passionate about this project, and I really hope it can spark conversation surrounding this topic and contribute to the discussion on digital ethics, child development, by highlighting the psychological risks associated with child exploitation on social media and child influencers and family vlogging. And I will hope that my research emphasizes the need for stronger legal protections and parental awareness regarding children's digital presence. And my study will add depth to discussions on how society can better protect our children in our digital age.